Dear Boomers, today we explore verse 33 of the Tao Te Ching, a verse about the quiet art of knowing oneself, mastering the self, and realizing that enough is the doorway to peace. One who understands others has knowledge. One who understands yourself has wisdom. Mastering others requires force, and mastering the self needs strength. If you realize that you have enough, you are truly rich. One who gives herself to this position surely lives long. One who gives herself to the Tao surely lives forever. Now let's step together into the stillness that these words reveal. Now, let's talk about knowing others versus knowing yourself. All of our lives, we've tried to understand other people, what they want, how they think, and what they expect of us and other people in the world. But Lao Tzu whispers that real wisdom is inward wisdom. Wayne Dyer wrote, "You can't truly understand anyone until you first understand yourself. When you know your own nature, you're at peace with the nature of others." The invitation is very simple: to listen inwardly, to know your rhythms, your fears, your joys, and your peace. For when you understand yourself, you no longer chase validation. You rest in your own knowing, your own inner intuition, and your gut feelings. So let's talk about strength through surrender. Mastering others requires force. Mastering the self requires strength. We were taught that strength means control, winning, persuading, and conquering. But Wayne Dyer reminds us that real power is not controlling others. It's in controlling our own reactions. So we can look upon ourselves with a type of detachment. It takes courage to stay calm when anger calls. It takes bravery to choose compassion over judgment. It takes strength to forgive and let go. True mastery is not domination. It is alignment. It's living from the inside out, not from the outside in. Although the inner and the outer are somewhat reflections of the other. So let's talk about the wealth of enough. If you realize that you have enough, you are truly rich. Wayne Dyer called this the principle of sufficiency. The principle of sufficiency. Abundance isn't something we acquire, he said. It is something we tune into like a radio signal. To realize enough is to step out of the illusion of lack. Every sunset and sunrise, every friend, every breath, proof that we already dwell in abundance. Enough is not scarcity. It is serenity. It is the quiet joy of gratitude, the gentle sigh of contentment. When you know that you have enough, you finally have everything. Wow, that is so cool. It's just a simple shift in perception, and it can be done at any time, at any time of the day or night. One who gives herself to this position surely lives long. One who gives herself to the Tao surely lives forever. To live only for our title, our possessions, or reputation is to live within the bounds of time. But to give ourselves to the Tao, to the flow of life itself, is to step into eternity. Wayne Dyer wrote the following: "The ego seeks to identify with what dies. The Tao identifies with what never began and never ends." So we're really talking about the Tao as being the quantum field where everything is working in our favor. When we live from the Tao, we are not aging, we are unfolding, not diminishing, but dissolving into the greater whole. This is immortality in motion, and we can live into the eternal Tao, the way, every moment of every day. Please subscribe to the channel, and down below there'll be a Dear Boomer community link. The 33rd verse is a map for life. You know yourself and you will find wisdom, and master yourself and you will find peace. You realize enough and you will discover abundance. Surrender to the Tao and you will touch eternity. Take a deep breath and whisper slowly and softly, I have enough, I am enough, and I live in the Tao, the way, the eternal now. So if today's reflection speaks to you and your heart, I invite you to join the Dear Boomers community and the Dear Boomers Cafe, a warm circle of like-minded souls who explore the Tao. We explore mindfulness and creative renewals in this chapter of life. We walk together in this path of wisdom, the path of compassion and enoughness. Join us at the Dear Boomers community, and there will be a link down below, and continue the journey home. Bye.